Pitch black darkness rules over the entire Krobo land. The sound of generators revs from a distance, distorting the night chirps by crickets. It's been 5 days since a military-backed task force of the ECG disconnected the entire Somanya township from the national grid over a pushback against the installation of prepaid electricity meters. The impact, wide and crippling to everything that keeps the town alive.
We hardly iron our dresses. You go to where they have generators, sometimes you pay something little before you can iron. Some of the things you even eat, our fridges are off. The foodstuffs we have in the fridges are all rotten.
If you see the number of students who have to trek from the school, go out, even the security, their safety, it's serious. What we are going through is not a child's play. Whoever is in charge must make sure that power is restored to the good people of this place.
It's a school night, but outside many houses, school-going children sit idle. Some of them even with exams at stake.
SHS 3.
SHS 3. You're supposed to be writing WASI.
Yeah, we started with our practicals today, so okay. Yeah, we are on it.
So you're writing WASI as you're sitting here? Yes, and without lights?
Yeah, we are coping. There's nothing we can do, so because there are no lights, we can't study hard as we are supposed to.
Home is very well. Without lights, there's nothing you are doing. You are just roaming in the night and then things. So if there were to be light by this time, we'll be learning.
They say they are forced to fall on lamps and other light sources for their personal studies.
But the light of, I used to read my book. And I go to school to learn.
We sometimes use torchlight, and sometimes when our phones are on, we use our phones.
But the situation means different things for different people. While many of the residents here are cursing their stars for being in the area at this material time, Innocent and his friends have seen a great business opportunity.
We're just taking advantage of the light out over here. That is not the business we do. But because the light is out over here, the only way they can also charge their phone is to use the generator, which we have the access to generator, so we're using it. And then we are taking 5 cedis for 100 phone, 3 cedis for yam. Because we have to buy fuel and then to generate the generator, that is the reason why we're doing that. We started this yesterday, and let me say, right now if I should calculate the number of phones that we charge, it's going to reach, let me say 100.
Innocent and his friends are, however, quick to note this business is not sustainable.
I have the other business that I do with light, and this cannot help me. Of course, I have to buy fuel for everything that I do, which is going to cost me a lot. So the light is much advantageous than using the generator.
So like every other person in the town, he too wants the power restored. Manuel Cranting, Joy News, Somanya.
You are still watching Prime Morning. This is the Beyond the Headlines segment. And of course, today we are talking about Somanya, Buried in Darkness. And the video that you just watched is a documentary by my colleague, Emmanuel Kranting. We'll be speaking to the MC of Yulo Krobo and also Citizen Abuaje, who is a social commentator and a businessman. And they are all joining us via Zoom because we want to get to know exactly what is going on in Somanya. Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
We are fine.
Right. Let me start off with you, Eric. Eric, good morning.
Good morning.
Right. You are the MC. I'm fine, thank you. How are you too?
I'm doing well.
Okay, so you are the MC of Yulo Krobo. If it's possible for you to park, kindly do so we don't have the network breaking.
Yes, I've done so.
Okay, great. Now, we want to know exactly what transpired that made Somanya go into darkness. Can you please give us a brief of it?
Thank you very much, and a very good morning to our viewers. I'm not in a happy mood at all. We all know the problems about this ECG and the people and all the effort that we've all put in to ensure that there is amicable settlement of the problem. And so the long and short of it all is that we need to deploy prepaid meter in the area. And so we started it peacefully. And we all know that there are some areas, about 2 communities, where we have some youth and chiefs agitating that they didn't want the prepaid metering. And their main point was not because of the prepaid, but they thought that it was an affront to the dignity of the Krobos that military people will be supervising in the installation of prepaid meters. And so they had the demonstration, and in my area, our people supported the prepaid metering system. So when you come to Ilokobo, there is no...
Hello?
Accepted it in Ilokobo, there's no problem. Okay. Nobody can say we had people resisting. So it came as a shock to me.
Hello, Eric.
Yes.
Yes. Is everything okay?
Yeah. Yes. And okay. I think
you are live on TV, so all right. Let me go to Citizen Abuaji. I'll come back to you, Eric. Hello, Citizen. Hello, Abuaji. Can you unmute? Yes. Hi. How are you?
Hello.
Yes, I can hear you, Citizen Abuaji. How are you? Is this Eric or this is Abuaji?
This is Abuaji.
Okay, Abuaji, speak to me, okay? You are a resident in the area. You should tell us how this whole thing happened and how Somanya went into darkness.
Yes, I think just as the MC narrated the issue, I kind of agree with him 100% on his narration about how we got where we got to where we are currently. But then my little challenge or my little issue is with ECG, their approach to the installation of the prepaid meters. I think they could have done it with some tact and they would, and some what I call finesse. You know, the education for the introduction of a prepaid meter wasn't that enough, and definitely it will be met with resistance. If you would agree with me, somebody have been using a metering system for over 40 years, and all of a sudden you come without much education, decides to introduce a new metering system to them. That is my little challenge with what ECG did. And I think they have also not been fair to us as their customers. It seems they've been treating us with disrespect in recent times, because the least provocation, all they do is to switch off their system, and then businesses start to suffer. We have co-stores who have gotten their frozen meats and whatever gone bad. They've incurred losses. Drinking bars have their drinks gone flat. They have problems. You see, so, and after all these things, nobody pays compensation to anybody.
Right. Now, Abuaji, let me ask you this. You're a resident in that area, and ECG is saying the residents there do owe ECG a huge sum of money. That is why they came to, put in their prepaid meters in order to curb this. How true is this?
Yes, it is true. Because we had a problem from between 2014 to 2017 where there was some issue of overbilling. But then subsequently, through negotiations and then discussions, ECG have, put that bill aside. Between 2017 and 2021, between 2017, there was a demonstration that resulted in the destruction of police station, the burning of the police station, and the destruction of the ECG office. And then I think subsequent to that, they've not been able to submit or send bills. Where I live, for instance, I have filed several complaints to ECG to bring our bills, but it is becoming a problem. Even when you work there and demand your bill, they are not able to get it for you.
So could
they
it
are
be
also part of the problem?
Yes, Abuaji, let me ask you this, okay? Could it also be that the fact that they are trying or they are struggling to provide you bills and they are saying that, okay, let's stop this whole bill, I can't provide bill and everything. Let me just give you a prepay. So you don't come to me to ask for bill. You purchase it, then you can have access to electricity. Isn't that the right way?
It is the right way, my sister. But
so
then
why the
it should
protest
have been done
then?
with a little education, because we have people, assuming you have people living in a compound house, 10 people living in a compound house,
right?
And you are introducing a prepaid meter, one prepaid meter. At least you must educate them on how to even share the bill, how they can go around it in sharing of the bills. But people don't even know how to approach this issue. There is no education as such. All they did is just start by introducing, after meetings upon meetings with chiefs and the political heads, they decide to start introducing the prepaid meter.
Awaji, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this again. I'm sorry, I'm not letting you land, but let me ask you this. Now, we haven't, prepaid meters didn't come just yesterday. It's been in the system for a while. What other education do we need before we know what the prepaid meter is? And is it the duty of the ECG to come and share how much each resident is supposed to pay?
No. It is true that prepaid meters have been in the system for a while. But then the introduction of prepaid meters in town, in Somanya, in Udumasi, and whereas, is a new thing. What I'm talking about is the approach of sharing bills. You see, there have been little education on that approach.
Awaji, who is responsible for sharing of bills? Because the ECG doesn't know how much you are spending. So who is responsible for it? Is it not the landlord who is responsible for sharing of bills? How is that the responsibility of the ECG?
No, it seems you are not getting me, my sister.
Okay, please explain to me, darling.
I am not saying that ECG is responsible for sharing bills. But then somebody is comfortable using a system for over a while, over 30, 40 years. You are introducing a new system, prepaid. So I think there are several questions that citizens are asking that those questions are begging for answers. That is what I said.
All right, so I'll take a break on you with your questions. I'll come back to you so you tell me the kind of questions that citizens are asking. Okay, so let me go to Eric. Hello, Eric. Yeah, unfortunately, your network was messing up a bit, but I'm glad you're back here. So you want to say something to it?
For me, I'm thinking that when you take this problem, it is a problem for two municipalities, Yilokrobo and Lower Manyakrobo. I'm MC for Yilokrobo. When we're about to do this program, I engaged the paramount chief together with his divisional chiefs and myself, invited the ECG boss for us to have an interaction. I invited the pastors in the municipality to my office with ECG to have a discussion. So you realize that you can ask from ECG. When you come to Yilokrobo, there is no problem with this prepaid metering that they are undertaking. And so for me, for ECG to say, the reason is that some people have tampered with their installation at Lower Manya. That is why they have put off the light. And I was thinking that even if that was the case and they wanted to off the light, we are innocent people. We have not committed any offense. So why do you use the sin of a few to punish us? And I was thinking that the way we supported this ECG to implement this program, they should have given it that due respect.
Right.
Oh, chief, paramount chief, MC, these are the reasons why we have to off it. It is going to be off for this whilst we solve the problem. The reason why I'm saying this is that you have introduced, people have accepted prepaid. People have bought units on their system. There are some people who already were on the old system who normally pay in advance. So it means that people have money with you, ECG. So if you off their lights, then it means you are not being fair to them. I'm thinking that if a few are creating problem, let the security deal with them. But you cannot put the
But bringing in the security becomes another issue, because it's the whole security issue that brought about this darkness.
No, for me, I think that that is why we have security to take care of us. So if a few try to misbehave, they should be dealt with. You understand? Let me give you a particular example. When you go to our health system, there's a new hospital that we have now. Now their plants, they are spending close to 1,700 cedis on fuel daily. This vaccine that they use for COVID, they have to transport it to a nearby community to store it there because it must be kept under a specific temperature. I'm appealing to ECG that we shouldn't use disconnection or putting off light as a punishment for this kind of things.
What punishment would you suggest then? What punishment will you suggest?
For me, they should isolate the area that people are creating problem and deal with them. It can be a curfew. It can be a situation where the security will be there to monitor that people don't tamper with the machines so that the other people get it. Look, one of the basic functions of the municipal assembly is to promote local economic development. We depend on individuals who are doing their businesses. We take taxes from them to develop the area. When you put off light, you know the meaning of it? It means that everything will have to crash. And how do we sustain this? I'm saying that it shouldn't be put out there that all Krobos are difficult people. Certainly, we have some few difficult ones. And as my brother said, some of them probably need education. You understand? Because people are saying that if the prepaid that you are bringing is not like a sort of punishment or something to them, why don't you introduce to the nearby? Why do you say only Krobo?
Eric, Eric, let me catch you here. Okay, continue. All right, please land.
Let me land. The reasons people who will be opposing a change will bring can be reasons which are not good. But then it is important that you listen and use that opportunity to explain to them. They might be wrong with their reasoning. You understand? But these are people who always want to oppose change. Mind you, since 2014, some people have not been paying bills. And so those people will have wished that this thing continued. So they will find every means to bring theories which are not correct for people to follow them. But I can tell you, we've gone past that. I am appealing municipalities for close to 1 week. You are effectively shutting down the place. Otherwise, it will make people get resistant to the ECG, which for me is not the best. The way it is going.
If you say people resist the ECG, what are you saying? What exactly will they do to resist the ECG?
I'm saying that you need the cooperation of people to succeed as a business.
But how will you have light if you resist the ECG?
In my municipality, nobody has resisted them.
No, but you said that eventually the people will resist the ECG. And I'm asking you, how will the people resist the ECG?
What I'm saying is that this prepaid metering has been met with some resistance in some areas, right?
But why is this so? Because I was cutting you because of that. Why is this so? Yeah. Prepaid has been in the system for a while. They educated the whole of Ghana. It wasn't just a part of Ghana. They educated every single Ghanaian about prepaid meter. So why is Somanya different?
It's not Somanya alone. But please, the issue I'm talking of is a few of our people who are saying they don't like prepaid. And my brother said something which maybe you didn't get him right. Look, we in our area here, people live in compound house, right? Now, there are people who will say that when the light is off, they don't have money to cut it at that time. So it means that if you don't take care, it will bring problem amongst the people. People are saying that we want the prepaid meter, but the additional cost of acquiring one prepaid meter is 700 Ghana cedis. ECG, can you do something about it? These are fair comments that people are raising, which we must address.
Okay.
You understand? So if people are saying that we want a prepaid meter, but the way our houses are, like we are many people in the house, Why don't we get extra meter? But you are saying the extra meter is 700 Ghana cedis. Fine. 700 Ghana cedis. Reduce it for us or do something about which are all fair comment. And I'm saying that because this interview is peculiar to Somanya, I will say that somebody should tell me where in Yilokrobo has somebody resisted the installation of prepaid meter.
Okay. All right. So you are speaking for the people of Yilokrobo, and it's not fair that they have cut the light of the people of Yilokrobo.
Because nobody have done that.
Okay.
Our chiefs are cooperated.
Okay. Let me activate the phone line for the people at home to join the conversation, especially those of you at Krobo. Kindly call and join the conversation. Let's hear your cry. Let's hear your voice. We'll definitely be speaking to ECG. We've reached out to them, but they said they'll speak to us at the right time. Joining us via Zoom is Eric Tete, who is the MC of Yilokrobo, and he's telling us that his people haven't resisted. So why the power cut for the people of Yilokrobo? They are calling on ECG to give them back their light, punish those who are resisting, but make sure you give the light back to those who are working with you. Citizen Abuaje is still online. He's joining us via Zoom. Abuaje?
Yes, my sister.
Yes, you said the people had some questions for the ECG. What are the questions?
Yes, I think the MC highlighted on some of the questions because, people are even demanding the reduction of a separate meter because you can't sell a separate meter to a customer at 700 cedis. The customer, not that alone, the customer needs to buy cables for the connection from the pole to the meter. By the time you are done, the cost of each prepaid meter, installation of each prepaid separate prepaid meter will be costing between 1,000 and 1,200.
Right.
These are some of the questions people are demanding that at least they need better clarification on that.
Okay.
Why must they be charged for that huge amount for the installation of separate meter? If you are introducing a new system, and majority of the people here lives in compound houses, people will demand that they have separate meters, and for that reason you are pegging 1 meter at the cost of 700 cedis. Looking at the economic terrain, looking at the economic situations, looking at people's purchasing power, we cannot just afford that. And these are some of the genuine things people are demanding. Just as the MCE said, in Somanya here, not even one person have resisted the installation of prepaid meters because the education went down, due consultations were done. But then it is becoming difficult to do same at Lower Manya. And I think the approach should not be the switching off of
everybody's life. Right.
Area.
Abuaje, kindly hold on for me. I want to go on the phone line because I have some people calling and I have my very first caller. Hello, good morning, Bright. Hi, Bright.
Hello.
Hi, how are you? Okay, unfortunately, Bright's line is not the best. Hello, good morning.
Nati.
Okay, Mate, how are you?
Nati, yeah. Nati.
All right, good. Talk to us, Nati.
Yeah, I'm calling from Wa. I want to find out this prepaid metering. Is it within only the Somanya? Is it within only Somanya area or other municipality or district adjoining districts are also being given the prepaid?
All right. I think prepaid is for the whole Ghana. It's not just for a certain part. I mean, Greater Accra has been using prepaid for a very long time. Other places have been using it as well. So it's not just Somanya.
No, but I'm coming. Because I stay in Fantiakwa South. Fantiakwa. There's no prepaid metering there. And then I have colleagues who are also at the other district. I don't want to mention them. They are not having prepaid meters. So that's why I'm asking. Because if you can send your reporters to Eastern region, they should go to all the districts and find out whether they are giving them mass prepaid as they are giving so many people.
Okay, so the issue here from what ECG is saying is that the people of Somanya are owing. So it looks like if you're owing and you're not paying your bills, then they give you the prepaid. So maybe where you are paying your bills.
If I'm paying my bills, so many people, because I heard our citizen Abuaji saying that he goes there anytime to ask them for bills, and they are not giving them the bills. So why do you sit down and pile up the bills like that to give it to them at once, which you know that there are some petty traders? So if you pile out the bills like that, how do they pay?
Okay, so I think with that, we'll definitely be speaking to ECG very soon. They said they'll speak to us at the appropriate time, and you get all your answers to that.
Yes. So, in fact, I will plead with the ECG people. ECG, Somanya is a place that it's not easy to live in Somanya. So we are only doing petty trading and selling, buying and selling, and small things. You could see that when you interview the guy at the shop there, he was telling you even he's charging phone with a generator. But at the end of the day, he would have preferred using the light to work. So ECG people, they should be careful. We are pleading with them. They should be careful.
Right.
I remember this in surfacing. I'm in Upper West. It surfaced in one of the districts. They were able to cut down the bills that came in a high rate like that. And then they were able to solve the problem. So why can't they do the same to Somanya?
We are hoping
that... We
that...
are pleading with ECG.
Right. Thank you so much,
We don't want what is happening. We are outside Somanya, but we are from Somanya. So what is happening in Somanya? In fact, I saw the video and it's just not the best. We are close to Akosomo, and look at what they are doing to us. So we are pleading with ECG people.
All right. Thank you, Nate, for calling and sharing your view with us. You can also join us on our social media. That's Joy Prime TV. Leave your messages there. We are on Twitter, Joy Prime TV, Facebook. You can leave your message there as well, and we'll read it live on air. Hello, Gideon. Hello, Gideon.
Hello.
Yes, how are you?
I'm doing well, are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Let me hear you.
Yes. I want to pick my from two sides. The first is, sometimes I wonder if we are Ghanaians and we are living in a country. Let me pick it from the ECG aspect. Now, you ECG, you are a body or an organization who works under government. And then you have to give us meter. We have been using this old meter since time of Kwame Nkrumah. Now, you want to change the meter to another meter. Why should I pay for it? And look at the amount, the huge amount you are charging these people for. Though I'm in Accra, I'm not from Krobo, but I can feel the challenge because now things are hard. Now you want to change my meter for me. I'm not the one requesting. So that if you want to change my meter for me, why do you want to charge me this huge amount? Because we've been using it in the house, a compound house, for maybe 10 years, 20 years, and now you want to change off a sudden. Why don't you then give us separate meters, or those who request for separate meters, give them, and then that's it.
All right.
So I don't know why you want to change the meter for us, but yet you want us to pay this huge amount for the meter you want to change, not be requesting for it. You understand?
I get you.
And then from another angle, the people of Yokobo, those who are not paying their light bill, of course.
No, Yokobo is paying. Yokobo is paying.
You know, light bills, you are using it, and definitely at all costs you're going to pay. So why don't you, even if you're not going to give the money to them, or there's no way to give the money to them, why don't you put the money somewhere? At the long run, when they are requesting for it, you just give the money out to them. So the issue is a little bit complicated because both is at fault. From the ECG aspect, you cannot sit down for someone to use meter for years and then you not charge the person or give the person his or her bill. And then you cannot say, I'm a Ghanaian, I'm in my country, I'm not a foreigner, and you shouldn't treat me like I just came from nowhere and then I'm requesting for it. You are the one asking me to change it, or you are the one giving me this new meter I'm not requesting. So it should be something which is free. Everybody should be able to apply and get it. You understand? And then the Yoruba people also, those who are not paying, should kindly do that, because you cannot be a Ghanaian, you cannot stay in the country and tell me you...
Gideon, thank you so much. The people of Yilo Krobo are paid. Their MC is on the line. I don't want him to come beat me. He says the people of Yilo Krobo are paid. Okay, I have Charles on the line. Hello, good morning, Charles.
Hello, good morning.
How are you?
Oh, by the grace of Almighty God, I am as strong as an angel in heaven.
Fantastic. Let me hear your views.
Okay, thank you so much. First of all, my credit has remained very small because of I've stood on the line for a long time.
I'm so sorry.
The reason why I called this program, in fact, it's a very, very fantastic program, is that if you're having a meter, and because of that, you want to...
Oh, fortunately. All right, let me go to Francis. Hello, good morning, Francis.
Good morning, sister.
How are you?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine, thank you. Talk to us.
My problem is I'm a Krobo from Odumase, Krobo, but I live at Konongo. There is some village at Konongo area. When they want to give them light, they give them free meter. Even at Takpami, only one single room will get a meter. You see, so if you want to give the how do they call it, a prepaid meter. Meter is for you to come and read your bill. The bill is the one I'm supposed to pay, not the meter. So why is it that?
Hello? 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 Unfortunately, the line is that bad, and I wish he could make everything. He could actually round up his conversation before the line went off. But let me go back on Zoom. I have Eric Tete, who is the MCU of Yilo Krobo. Eric?
Yeah, Zoom on Joy Prime. My sister.
Yes, Eric. Okay, so the callers are all saying that the ECG is not being fair, actually. Let me not use the word the ECG. ECG is not being fair. And you have said that you want the people of Yilo Krobo to have their light back, and then they should penalize those who are resisting the prepaid meter.
Exactly so. But I think there are some few corrections I have to make here.
Please go ahead.
The prepaid that they are installing is free. They are not charging for that one.
Right.
It is when you want an extra one. Let's say if the people in the house are many and you think one is not enough, then that is what they are asking, that you pay 700.
Okay.
For which people are saying they should reduce it. So that is point number one. Point number two is that the reason why people were not paying bills, we've gone past those ones, but I don't even want us to recap those things. But the fact remains that ECG introduced a software, a billing software, which created a problem in 2014. This system made it such that somebody who was paying like 50 cedis was now going to pay about 2,000, 3,000. So people resisted it, and it led to a whole lot of things where they even banned a police vehicle. We've gone past all those ones. Then ECG, as my brother rightly said, at a point felt threatened that people were threatening them, so they couldn't go and read people's meter. For them to get their bills for them. So that accounted for the long period of people not going to read bills. For me, we've gone past all those ones. That is why we concluded that between 2014 and 2017, let us reference the debts, because that was when the bills had problem. From 2018 to 2022, people should pay their bills over a period of 5 years.
Okay.
Then now, in order to forestall this issue of wrong billing and people not giving them proper bill, let us introduce prepaid meter. Then we accepted that. But certainly, people, when you are bringing about a change, as my brother said, you get a few who resist it.
Or even COVID vaccines, they are still resisting them.
That is it. And so that is how it's come. And so what I'm saying is that, so these two municipalities were engaged, we were supposed to engage our people to talk to. They started it from BOM. BOM is Lower Manya. So when you go to Lower Manya, a part of it have received this prepaid without any resistance. But it was because the military was backing them, and there was a statement in parliament that the military should be withdrawn. That is what made some people think that let us resist it. And so what I'm saying is that when you go to even Lower Manya, it is only 2 communities that we are getting this resistance from. All the other places are calm. When you come to Ilokrobo, the process is almost complete because majority of the people who have gotten their this. What is painful is that you have changed my meter for me. I've gone to buy credit on my meter. Then you off me because you are saying somebody has destroyed your system somewhere, not even in my municipality. And I was thinking that even if that was the case, they could have even met us. Oh,
Eric, can I go on the phone line, please? Somebody has held on for a very long time, so let me go on the phone line. I'll come back to you. Hello, good morning. Hello?
Hello.
Hi, good morning. How are you?
Please, I'm doing well.
Your name, Emmanuel, right?
The name is Godwin.
Godwin, talk to us. Sorry for keeping you waiting, okay?
Thank you. Please, the issue with the ECG must be taken care of very well. I think this is not a time for us to come and be bringing some sectionalities about Krobos. No. There has been a time where we have issues and we have to demonstrate right from Pong to Somanya, which means the issue that is confronting Krobos with regard to ECG, it's something that should not be that this section of people are nobody is paying. Why are we not paying? Because of the overbilling, as well as the bill not coming up. You see, you'll be there like for 4 months now. We have not seen bill in where I live. You get it? Even though I'm not there now. But the thing is that they are not bringing the bill. You understand?
I get you. Hello? I get you. I understand you.
Yeah, they are not bringing the bill. So if you want to introduce a new system and you don't take time, you just stand up and then you just want to introduce the thing anyhow, that is why the people are resisting. Aside the fact that the MC is saying that the Somanya people are paying, that issue, we should look at it very well because the issue that confronted us concerning the overbilling has nothing to do with Yilo or Manya. It hits the whole Kobo state. So please, we want the leadership also. Another point is that the leader...
But you have 2 different leaders. If you have 2 different leaders, and one leader has done his job and he's saying that I've done my job, and the other leader didn't do his job, so my people should not be penalized because he's protecting his people. Is it not only fair?
As leadership, they should come together to solve the issue. It's not about being a section. We are this, we are that. No, that will not help us. We are all Kobos. Right. Okay. And the issue is confronting the whole Kobo region.
Right. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very grateful. Eric, you heard the cry of one of the citizens. He's saying, don't say that your people have paid. You should actually fight for the whole of Somanya.
No, so what I'm saying is that, well, so you also rightly told him that I am MC for Ilokobo. There are fundamental issues at Lower Manya, which I don't want to be talking about.
Okay.
The resistance beyond ECG, I see some chieftaincy issues there. And when I speak, if I don't take care, I might be stepping on people. So that's why I want they themselves to address that. Me, I am MC for Ilokrobo. Ilokrobo people, all the chiefs are united behind this prepaid issue. All the pastors are involved. The chief imam, he himself made an announcement that let us accept it. So I cannot go to Manya Krobo and be talking about their issues for them, because if I don't take care, I will get a problem.
Right.
So I'm saying that my people have been faithful, my people have been loyal, my people have not created any problem. They have accepted the prepaid metering, they have gone ahead. So those who have used it have bought some credit on their phone. So if ECG sells power to them, you've sold something to me and you have put me off, you are not being fair to me.
Okay. Right.
And I was telling you that the problem we are facing at the municipal assembly, at the health sector. One hospital spending close to about 2,000 on their plant daily. Look, this is the second time ECG have put off light at that
in the last 7 months. In the last 7 months, right?
Yes, the last time they did so, what really happened is that before they were going to do it, they brought some plants to the hospitals. Immediately they restored power, they took away these plants. So it means that now the lights that they've given off, the people have to hire generator, the hospitals, to be running themselves.
Wow. Wow.
You understand? And for me, it's a security threat to all of us. We the leadership.
Exactly.
People think that we are not helping them, but ECG is a business on its own.
Have you tried to reach out to ECG?
ECG, I have to call them, and they gave me that reason that they've tampered with their machine. That's why they put it off. I'm saying that was not a fair way of dealing with the political system, because whatever they are doing, the effect will be brought on my government. And my government has got nothing to do with what they are doing. So they should be humane, and they should ensure that people don't get annoyed.
But then if you reached out to them and they are saying the system has been tampered with, then it means there's a general problem. That is why they have cut everyone, and they couldn't separate Krobo from Manya Krobo.
So, madam, if there's a problem in Kumasi, right? If it's a Kumasi book create a problem, are you saying that because of that the whole country should be put off?
Okay, so what I'm saying is that what if your lines are connected? What if your lines are connected?
If the problem at Lower Manya is what has caused, because they are saying that to them, we get our power from that area. Right. You understand? So what I'm saying is that, and even when you go to Lower Manya, it's not all the, so isolate the few, where the problem is, get the military to, or whoever, the security, to guard that place so that it's not tampered with, and put on the light. Don't let people think that they have been able to bring the nation down. Only a few, they should be dealt with. That is my position.
That's your position. Thank you. Let me go to Abuaji, who is still on Zoom waiting for us. Hello, Abuaji.
Yes, my sister.
Okay, so the people are calling that the ECG should do something about it. Let me ask you, have the people petitioned ECG to bring it back, to bring back the light, and are they willing to accept the prepaid if it should come back?
Yes, yesterday I think there was a joint statement issued by the health services, the hospitals in and around Krobo area, because I think they are feeling the brunt. Today there will be another joint statement by other institutions. I think the banks will follow, because, madam, what is happening is not a child's play. I live around Mount Mary Training College, and it is even affecting a whole training college institution. The students have to trek even late at night to town to charge their phones in order for them to catch up with academic work.
The question here is, if the light is restored, are you willing to take the prepaid?
Why not? We are willing to take the prepaid, and they have installed prepaid in Somanya without any hindrance. They have installed prepaid meters at Lower Manya area, some areas, without any hindrance. It is just a small section of the area that is resistant. And I think, just as the MCE said, it can be dealt with. Do they want to tell us that that small area is powerful than the state? Can't they bring the full force on the state to that small area? My sister,
which force are we talking about? Are we talking about the military force?
It can be the military force, it can be national security, it can be police. Whatever the state needs to do that peace will be maintained there, or we'll have calm there.
Awaji, let me ask you this. Awaji, let me ask you this. Now, you are a citizen there, and when the military were asked to go install the prepaid meters, most of your people came online, came on media, and spoke against it and said, if you want to install, why don't you just bring the ECG workers? Why are you bringing the military? Now you are saying we should call on the military again?
You see, it is the same military joined ECG to install the meters in Somanya without any resistance. So people, just as I said, we will have a minority or a few group of persons resisting. But then we are a population of over 150,000. So if you have about 1,000 or 500 people resisting. You don't punish us for the crimes of a few minority. My sister, are you aware that ECG cables are being stolen by thieves because the lights have been off? This is not sabotage, but these are thieves who also feel like taking advantage of the system. Robbery is on the ascendancy. So we must not look at it from just the angle that ECG took away the power, and that is that. People are suffering. Thieves are thievery or robbery is on the rise. So we should not just sit down and think ECG will take away the power, and that is that. No.
Okay, Abuaje, your final words. Unfortunately, I don't have enough time, Abuaje, so give me your final words. Okay, speak to the ECG, they are watching.
Yes, my final word, just as the MC said, is that there are other undercurrent issues pertaining to this ECG at Lower Manya, the resistance at Lower Manya. Some of us don't want to go into the nitty-gritties of that issue. But then all we are pleading for is just calling for peace. And then all we are pleading for is just calling on ECG to restore power. We have genuine businessmen who are willing and ready to work. People have accepted the prepaid meter in Somanya, in Yilokrobo. And I don't think it is fair for them to continue punishing us for the crime of a few minority.
All right.
Thank you, my sister.
Thank you so much, citizen. Let me go to Eric Tete, who is the MC for Yilokrobo.
Thank you, my sister.
Eric,
I'm appealing to the ECG to restore power immediately. We on our side this afternoon, the paramount chief of Lower Manya has invited a few of us for a discussion. I think it is all in an attempt to ensure that there is peace at the area. So they should put on the light. Now that people have seen the effect of this light off, I believe that they won't sit down for a few to create problems for us to continue to suffer like that.
Right. Thank you so much, Eric, for speaking to us this morning. We have some messages coming from Facebook. This one reads, it's coming from Friction Bronze saying they have installed prepaid in my house just last week. Friction Bronze also says, my brother's really speaking well. Franca Chu says, ECG should do something about it. Friction is also saying that he got a bill of 20,000 Ghana cedis. Wow. I wonder what amounted to the bill of 20,000 Ghana cedis. But this has been Beyond the Headlines segment. Today we've been talking about Somanya power outage, and we are pleading with the ECG to sit with the authorities at Somanya to see how best they can bring back the power. And for the people of Somanya, I hope that you do accept the prepaid meters, because this education has been going on and on and on, and it's just going to help the whole Ghana to get to a better place. Because you know what? When you owe, it affects us. It affects the taxpayer. So kindly pay. We don't want you to pay so that Ghana will get to a better place. This has been Beyond the Headlines. My name is Rosalind Felly. Do stay with us. We have a lot coming your way. We'll be right back.